Hi everyone, I'm Claire Marie and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to take you through my monthly setup for my February bullet journal. If you're brand new to bullet journaling, feel free to check out some of my other videos where I take you through how I do my yearly setup, how I do my monthly setup, and there's some weeklies in there as well, so that'll give you a real flavour of what I use my journal for. This month I've decided to go for a flowers and hearts theme. How couldn't you go for a love theme and something lovely when it's February? You may not be celebrating in a romantic way, but I think it's always good to celebrate love. Love is so important in all of our lives. That's what my theme is this month, a nice nod to love. I've started by creating a print across the double page of my flowers. As you can see, I've kind of made just some real basic flowers, and I've done some leaves and some hearts as well. As you can see, I'm skipping through some of this so that you don't have to sit through the whole thing of the colouring in. I know it's good to see me colouring maybe a little bit, but you don't obviously want to see the whole thing. We'd be here for hours. It was quite a lengthy setup, the first template, but it was very therapeutic. I thoroughly enjoyed just sitting and colouring everything in. I'm then going through and doing some different highlights, taking the same colour Tombow pen and going over it again. By doing that, I've been able to create more like a stripy flower effect, which I really loved. So I picked some of the flowers to do that, and therefore in just using the same two colours to make the flowers, I've actually kind of created 3 different flowers, which I thought was quite cool. I'm then doing some extra highlights with dots and diamonds and flourish across the page. You may remember in my January spread, I was really excited to use some of the translucent note papers. I said I'd gone to Sweden and visited a stationery shop. I absolutely loved that shop. When I was there, I found this stamp and I thought, I'm going to buy this because it's definitely going to come in during February. It's a really cute stamp of an envelope with a love heart. I contemplated trying to draw that myself. That's why I bought the stamp, because it's not something that would be necessarily easy to recreate. This was much simpler to have it as a stamp. I thought this could also I thought the stamp would look good with other colours as well, so I decided to use that in pink in my weekly spreads. If you're not on Instagram, come and find me on there and you'll see when I post my weeklies across February, you'll see that I use this stamp again to highlight on the weeklies, the days of the week, and I use it in with the pink stamp, so yeah, come and check it out. My quote is a Reese Witherspoon quote, which is, "You always gain by giving love." How perfect is that for February? And I couldn't agree with that more. That's my cover page complete. On to my calendar spread. I'm delighted this month to be bringing back my Dutch door. I love my Dutch door. I love my Dutch door. I like it on a calendar spread. I've kind of got into the routine of putting it in the calendar, but I like to keep things different sometimes so that you're all not getting bored. Go watch doing the same thing every month. But I do enjoy a Dutch door on the monthly calendar spread. I like that I like to do my print pattern down the side and then cut around that. So as you can see, I've done that with the flowers and the hearts there and the extra flourishes, and I'm going to bring my stamp back into there as well. So you may notice my wiggly lines are back this month. It's kind of not completely my fault. I didn't realise when I started drawing on there. The ridges of the craft paper and black paper that I've used on the quote page have then meant that there was raised sections which I completely forgot about when I started to draw, and that's the reason why, when I started to draw the lines, that's the reason why you can see some of the lines are wiggly. And obviously, I don't always have the most straightest lines anyway, but I feel like this is not completely my fault this month. It's partly also to do with what I'd done on the previous page, which I guess I did that, so it's kind of my fault anyway. My trusty washi tape. Let's change the subject. The trusty washi tape is going in. I also picked up some like washi tape, well, washi dots in some shades of pink. I found them in one of my boxes, my random craft boxes. I decided to use those this month as well as just a little bit of something extra because the pinks were already in the same tones that I'd chosen the pens. So it was quite a lucky coincidence that I found those when I was getting everything set up. And that's my Dutch door complete and my February calendar page done. So let's flip over the page and start with my planner page. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm on Instagram. Please do come and find me and make sure you tag me if you do any recreations, or just tag me whatever you create. It's so lovely to see everybody's creations on there. It is the loveliest community and everyone is so supportive. So if you're not on there and you do some bullet journaling, feel free to come and join in, and the conversations and the help that's on there is just brilliant, and everyone is so supportive of each other. So this is my Insta planner where I list out the days of the month, and then I will pre-plan what it is that I'm going to post. As I've mentioned before, the reason I do this is purely so I don't get sidetracked. I can be so busy during the week, can't we all? And we get lost or swept up with something else. So that tends to be what happens. So I like to plan out what it is that I'm supposed to be posting when, and then I can tick that off a little to-do list of the day as well. On the right-hand side, this is going to be a space. Number one, I'm putting a bit of flourish in there, but this is also going to be a space on the right-hand side for me to have my monthly to-do list, so that when I'm flipping between my calendar page and this page, I can always see the to-do list of what I need to do that month. I pre-populate my to-do list starting the month earlier. When I know that I've got things I've got to do for the next month, it's good for me to be able to list those out, and I don't have to put them somewhere different, because obviously I do my setup midway through the previous month. This is one of the reasons why, so that I can already start going, oh, I need to do that next month, and I can write it down. I then take everything that I need to do on here, and when I set up my weekly spreads, I then filter that into the weekly spreads and then onto the individual days. Sometimes I leave it just on the weekly spread because it doesn't matter which day of the week I do it, but that's how I do my to-do process. I also use this page to track my social media progress. So I track my subscribers on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It always helps me out. And you'll be notified then when I release new content. I also track my Instagram followers. It's really interesting to look at how far everything's kind of grown, not just with my style, but also then how things have progressed with my social media use as well. So that's why I track this from one year to the next. I then have a notes section in case there's anything I want to keep a track of or make note of, so that next month I remember. It could be something like a camera setting, or it could be, I don't know, when I play things back on my video, there's something that I need to tweak for the next time, either lighting or something like that, or I might want to look into doing something different. So I capture all of that in the notes. On to my trackers page. So on the left hand side of the page, this is my habit tracker. On the right hand side is where I'm going to be doing my mood tracker. I started doing something a little different last month, which was noting down some weekly and monthly things as well to track, not just the daily. That's worked really well for me, except I haven't really been doing the things that were on there, but that's not the fault of the tracker. It was better having the tracker on there. And on the right hand side, this is obviously the mood tracker, where I'm going to colour in the flowers and the hearts a different colour based on my mood for the day. I really enjoy doing the mood tracker. I don't overanalyze this. I don't go back to it on a monthly basis and look for trends or anything like that. I think I just love the reflection process at the end of the day on, you know, how was the day. And sometimes you can feel like, or I do, don't know about you, sometimes I might feel like I've not had the best day, but then when I force myself to wait up and go, well, was it good or was it not? I actually realised, no, it was a great day actually. And it could be that something rubbish happened, but I dealt with it really great and I'm still quite happy about it. So yeah, it goes down as a good day and a good mood. So I think I just like the process of reflection and the colouring in part as well. It's something else to kind of complete in a day, and it's nice to see that fill up across the month. So I think it's more the process of it that I enjoy rather than doing analysis. Maybe one day I'll look back and see if there's some patterns. I could probably tell everyone what the patterns are likely going to be right now because I'm generally always quite happy. My titles, I'm using my craft paper and then the black paper as a backing. I did notice that creates quite a build up in my book, so I'm going to have to be careful on the next months not to do that too often and just have it every once in a while. Otherwise I can imagine it's going to mean a lot more wobbly lines for me when I'm drawing, and it could make things quite bulky in my journal. But I do tend to use a journal only for 6 months at a time. Now we're on to my memory spread. This is where I did a Ponsieve originally. I've shared this with you, so in my previous videos you'll probably see the Ponsieve. And if you check out my yearly flip through, I'll put a link to that. In my yearly flip through, you'll see how I transition from the Ponsieve into a memories page, and the reason why, simply because I wasn't using the space on the Ponsieve. I love doing my memories page. I'll include maybe a few of the doodles or a bit of the theme for that month to keep it in keep in. I'll then put word of the day in there as well, which I've thoroughly enjoyed having, and I list what I've watched in terms of TV and movies so I can keep a track of which shows I've been watching, what series, what I might be up to, any box sets, if I've been to cinema, etc. So yeah, I love having that. And then there's some boxes as well for photos. So I'll print out my favourite photos from the month and put those in there as well. And here's my final flip through. Thank you so much for joining me today, for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so that you'll be notified when I release future content. Have a brilliant February, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.